All right, guys, so there's a special place in my heart for you aging athletes out there, 50 plus, really struggling to create speed in your golf swing. You can see it, the harder you swing, the shorter you hit it. And there's a very simple explanation for that. But before we get started, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. There's a bell button next door. You'll get a notification every time I release a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to talk about the things that you have been working on that are not helping. And you just have to be honest with yourself. Are these things helping or are they not helping? How do we know if they're helping? First thing you need to understand is the golf ball right here, this little white thing, is the #1 instructor in the world. You're either hitting it crisper, straighter, further, or any combination of those three things, or you're not. Everything else is window dressing. All right, positions in the golf swing, ideas and theories, all right, even technology that measures this and measures that, that's awesome. But unless you're actually seeing better results, unless you're hitting a nice little draw, you've acquired that skill, or a nice little fade, you've acquired that skill. Unless you're hitting the ball better, nothing else really matters. So that's the question you need to ask yourself. You're either improving or you're not improving. Most golfers are trying to turn off their arms and wrists. They're under the impression that the body squares the club face. They're under the impression that the faster they move their hips, the further they're going to hit the golf ball. They're also under the impression that they need to stabilize their club face when 80% of people miss right. Now, if that makes any sense to you and that's working for you, keep doing it. There's certain golfers out there that working on that stuff is going to be actually pretty helpful. But we're talking about a very small percentage of the golfing population. For you weekend warriors, you need to do very much the opposite. You need to actuate your wrists. You need to swing your arms faster. And you need to allow your arms to employ your body. Arms employ your body. Now, I know this sounds absolutely nuts. If I swing my arms, I'm already using my arms too much. Why would I want to swing my arms? Well, the truth of the matter is, you feel like you're swinging your arms too much because your body's outrunning your arms as you change direction. Your body then has to stall, and of course you finish the swing with your arms. I get it all the time. I have students come up to me and say, I'm using my arms too much, I need to use my body more. The more they try and use their body, the worse they hit the golf ball. So the truth is, the body is definitely involved in the golf swing, especially your interaction with the ground. But we need to understand the body's role is to support the swinging motion of the arms. In many respects, we want our body to stay out of the way. We want to create room for our arms. So if you're driving your body forward and leaving your arms at the start line, like 80% of golfers, this is going to be extremely helpful for you. So let's talk about hip speed for a minute. The fastest hip speed on any professional tour is on the LPGA Tour. It doesn't equate to club head speed, guys. They don't hit the ball further than the PGA Tour players. They don't hit the ball further than the senior men's PGA Tour players. Yet their hip speed is considerably faster. Get it out of your mind that your hips move your arms. All right, now this may sound shocking. Totally shocking information here. But it's your arms that move your arms. Your arms move your arms, guys. We can't get here and turn the hips and expect the arms to swing. It's just not going to happen. So once you understand that, and you understand the role of the arms, this is going to be transformative for you. What we want to understand is the arms control the verticals in the golf swing. The body control the horizontals. Our body rotates. It glides. And then it rotates. Our arms work up and down and back up again. A golf swing is very simply a marriage between those two components. If we understand that, we can start to improve. With 80% of people missing right, our body is outrunning our arms. I want to be swinging down this line right here, the one that's out to the right. I know you've heard it before. You've been trying to swing inside out forever. But your body's spinning isn't allowing you to do that. You see, we want to expand our arms through the golf ball. We want some expansion through the ball. What we don't want to be doing here is contracting, is pulling those arms towards us, because that slows the club down. Let's make some golf swings where I feel like my back stays facing the target, my chest faces you, and I start to get my arms working down, a little bit like an elevator in a building. I'm going to create some energy into the grip, and I'm going to do it with my arms. Linear momentum. We're going to create it right here, guys, okay? Arms are working down. Let's give it a rip, see what happens. All right, very happy with that. I'm gonna hit one more. Thank you so much for your comments. I've had hundreds and hundreds of comments. I'm hitting the ball 15 yards further with my irons. I'm hitting it 25 yards further with my driver. It's been unbelievably rewarding for me to think that a YouTube channel could have such a positive impact, and extremely humbling. Thank you. Really good there. So I got myself a nice little 5-degree inside out, right to left released golf shot there. Couldn't be any happier with that. I can swing that way the rest of my life. I'm not using a lot of effort, but I'm creating a lot of speed. Now we talk about the transition in terms of don't pull the arms down. I hear that a lot in golf. Don't pull the arms. Don't pull the arms. So how in the world do we get the golf club down in many respects quickly to the delivery position, kind of last parallel, if we don't allow the arms to kind of work the golf club? What if we use gravity? Well, think about that for a second. If I use gravity, I keep my body back and I just kind of allow the club to drop. I'm going to do that right now. Allow my arms to drop. If I allow my arms to drop, okay? The challenge with that is the idea is absolutely wonderful, but your body is going to outspin or out-rotate your verticals if you do that. You can create 25% more speed if you apply force to the grip compared to gravity. All right, so the odds of the club just kind of dropping out of the sky and catching up to the body, that's going to be a lot more challenging. What about lag? How do we create lag in the golf swing? Andrew, don't we need to kind of leave the club up here and turn the body in order to create this look here, you know, where we're lagging the golf club? Absolutely not. That's why you've never had lag. That's why when you get in this position here, 2 feet before the golf ball, your lead arm and shaft is on the same plane. You're trying to spin your way to more club head speed. Anytime you leave your arms at the start line here, you're going to have to throw the club out in order to get it caught up. So think about it. Your club and your arms are traveling a lot further in the backswing than your body. The idea that the body, the arms, and the club should be moving at the same speed as they approach the point of collision is what puts money in my pocket. Okay? We have to move the arms and the golf club faster in this part of the golf swing in order to sequence it to the rotation of the body. That's what I want you to understand. For those of you that are struggling with speed, for those of you that are missing out to the right, most of the time, that's the reason why, okay? So when I go to the top of the backswing here, I'm not spinning my body and I'm not allowing gravity to bring the golf club down. I am literally getting energy into my grip, not my club head here, into my grip as I change direction. That de-elevates the golf club. It repositions it down here to the side of me. Look at my trail arm, how it's working out in front of my body. All right, it's not stuck behind me and it's not getting thrown out and over the top. It's simply working down in front of my body. Why? Because I'm not leaving it behind. All right, I got on a little roll here, hitting the ball pretty good today. So feels, okay? Feels are literally, when I go to the top of my backswing, this position that I'm establishing here at the top, I've got what we call some pitch, which means my lead shoulder is lower than my trail shoulder. I'm actually bent a little bit forward towards the golf ball. You notice how my trail hip is behind me. When I change direction, for that split second, my arms are working down. I'm going to maintain that shape as I change direction, okay? I want to kind of stay in this position as long as I can. For those of you that early extend, you're not early extending at impact, okay? You're early extending right here, and momentum is just carrying you up and out of the golf shot. So what we've got to do here is keep the body somewhat stable as we change direction. You may have a little bit of a drift into your left side. You're definitely going to feel, okay, that you're keeping your back to the target as you change direction. That's what's allowing time, room, space for your arms to de-elevate. If you're moving everything together at the same speed, unfortunately, you're more likely to get into the steep orbit. You're going to be narrow and pinched here. Then we're going to start to straighten up. Then we're going to start to right side bend. All these compensations that are going to be required to get the ball going where we want it to go. So what we've got to do here is keep our back to the target and really get some energy into the arms as we change direction. Give it another shot here. All right, that's the best one. Hit that really crisply. When I change direction here, I get to the top of my backswing. You can see here, if I apply speed in the grip, all right, you can see here the ball stays in place. It's not getting released early like so many of you, of course. You see how early the golf club is getting released. So what I'm not doing here is getting stiff-wristed, you know, turning my body, trying to sort of pull the golf club and drag the handle into impact. That's not what I'm doing at all. What I'm doing here is I'm staying closed so that my hands sort of face my body as I change direction. So rather than my hands getting stuck behind me, when I change direction, my hands are actually facing my body. Can you see that? I'm going to remain in this position a lot longer than most of you are. Most of you, of course, your arms are back here and you're already starting to spin. So once we get those arms swinging quickly, the beauty of it is if we slam the brakes on, we transfer energy from our arms to our wrists. That's what we call angular momentum. It's a little bit like taking a towel. We move the arms forward and then we change direction and then we give it that snap, okay? That's what happens when we hit a golf ball. If you want to create club head speed, it's as much about decelerating as it is about accelerating. So think about it for a second. If you've got more speed to decelerate, you're going to transfer more energy to the ball. So if I'm slow in this part of my swing, right in here, I can't transfer a lot of energy to the club head. If I go faster, once I slow down the grip, I can create a lot of energy, all right? So that's what we call angular momentum. What I'm doing here is I'm starting down with the grip, and then I'm going to go ahead and just throw that club out. And that movement out away from me is going to create a ton of club head speed. So I hope that's all starting to make some sense. A lot of misconceptions, guys. Faster hips, definitely not faster club head speed. Stabilizing the face, good luck for those of you that miss right. That's not what it's all about. Allow your wrists, all right, to work in your golf swing. It's absolutely okay to feel a little bit of twist as you hit a golf ball. What we've got to do is always allow the toe of the golf club to do what it's designed to do, which is, of course, to rotate counterclockwise through a golf ball. It's what we call supination of the lead wrist. Most of you, of course, spinning, releasing early, dragging the golf club through with this chicken wing. You can see how my arms are coming towards me. There's no expansion, and you're losing so much club head speed and using so much effort. You need to do the opposite. It's time for something different. One more. Oh man, having a lot of fun. So I hope that helps, guys. Get rid of all these misconceptions. Start using your arms, okay? Start using your wrists. You're going to create more speed with less effort. If you think this could help, go ahead and share it. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm having a lot of fun on this YouTube journey. We'll talk to you next time.